What's up, everybody? My name is Mimi, and I am the owner of The One and Only, which is a publishing company for believers and disciples of Jesus Christ. So today I wanted to talk about showing you guys behind the scenes of what we do when we do book designs. And I asked one of my clients if I could use his book design scenario as a example for you guys to understand our process. So just a little bit about the company. We are sort of an a la carte publishing company. So we meet you wherever you're at in your book writing process, whether you're just fleshing out an idea and need help with an outline, whether you're not a writer but you want to write a book and you need help writing your book, or if you have a full manuscript and you just need someone to edit it and start the book designing process and publishing the book. So we meet you wherever you're at, and you basically pay for your services based on what your needs are. So I wanted to introduce Kevin. Kevin has been such a joy to work with, and it's exciting that we're even talking about this because we're at the point where we are about to launch his book in the next 2 weeks. So this is a really great way to showcase his book, but also really talk about our process. So with Kevin specifically, Kevin came to me with already a manuscript that he was sort of working on. He's been a writer for years, and full disclosure, I've known him since college. So he's always been a writer. He's always been super creative, and he had a compilation of writings and poems that he has written over the years of his life, and he's always wanted to create a book for that. So typically what we do is we complete the manuscript, we get the final draft, and then we move to the book design. But Kevin's preference was that we work on the book design as soon as possible so that he could start marketing it, so that he could get a buzz. So when the book was fully ready, now he has already people who are interested in purchasing it. And in our company, we aim to please and deliver based on what our clients' needs are. So we were happy to oblige him. Now, here is the issue with Kevin is that because the book was still in the process of being fully edited, he wasn't sure what he wanted his subtitle to be. And that was causing a little bit of issues when we were doing the book design. In addition to that, he wasn't sure what his vision was for his particular book design. He wasn't clear on what he wanted to show on his book. So in instances like that, when I have an author that isn't 100% sure what they want to see on their book cover, what we do is we flesh out their ideas. So just to give you a little bit of background about the company and the way it's structured is we have 2 lead book designers, and there's a team that stands behind them. Now, in a normal situation where you have a vision of what you want your book design to look like, you would provide that vision to us, and then we would provide you 3 samples of what you described. Now, once you get those 3 samples, then you go ahead and start picking which one you favor the most, and then we would maybe have some deviations or different illustrations of that particular book design that you have chosen. But in Kevin's situation, he didn't even know exactly what he wanted on his cover. So instead of me sending him to my book editors, I had him work with myself and some of my support staff to flesh out his ideas of what he wants on his book. And Kevin is a visual person, so he needed to see the design to really say, this is what he wants, this is what he doesn't want. And that was a process in itself. It took a couple of weeks to flesh out those ideas. So in an instance where you don't know what you want on your book, usually we go through a series of questions. What do you envision? What are some ideas that you may have? In Kevin's case, like I said, he is a writer. He's super creative. He provided us with descriptive words. And he also provided some images that would help. And we start there and we build from there. You can see on my screen, we took his descriptive words, we took his images, and we started creating book covers that were very rough drafts. These are things that we did on Canva. It's not even something that we do on Adobe, so that he can get a visual of what he's looking for. Once Kevin decided on a particular image that he was happy with, we were able to add to that image, put the words on there, change the font out so he could say, I'm really happy with this particular image. So once he said he was happy, I was able to take it to my book designers, and my book designers then use that book cover as a baseline so they have a vision of what he's looking for. But they're going to create something much more professional, much more polished, and it typically looks so much better than what we've created. So they were able to do that within less than 24 hours. They created 3 samples for him to review. As you can see, it's up there. And he's usually, what would happen is he would pick one of those samples, and then he would maybe want to create some deviation, maybe change the font color, maybe change the size, maybe change the color overall. But ideally, it's around that particular sample that he's chosen. In Kevin's situation, he was so happy with the 3 samples that were provided. The one he actually narrowed in on was the one that he went with. He didn't have any deviations to it. He was happy with that particular book cover. So we try to make that as seamless as possible for our book designers so that they're not having to create multiple images, which will take a lot of their time. And I am trying to avoid, because I really want my book designers to really work with authors that are ready to go and has a clear vision in mind, so that they're not doing too many different images, because that does take a lot of time. So I'm really curious to see which image you guys favored, because I favored one in particular and he favored another one. And I'm really excited for Kevin's book to come out in the next few weeks. We will be showcasing his book in our YouTube channel, and we'll be talking about his experience, his process, a little bit about his book, so that he can get as many people interested in purchasing his book. So please comment, subscribe below, and let me know if you want more material like this.